Hey guys, I'm Renee.
And I'm Demetria.
I'm Martia.
And we are Sip and Unwine, a true crime podcast.
Woo!
How are you guys doing?
Welcome.
Great. Hey,
New
ladies.
episode.
Hey, sippers. Hey.
So how are you guys doing?
I am doing good.
I'm doing
no
great.
complaints.
I'm doing great.
None?
I'm feeling my beverage.
When people say they have no complaints, you're like, really? None? Nothing? Like people just blanket, I'm good. Like, are you really? When you ask people that, they're like, well,
I could complain, but I'm choosing not to. Let me put it that way.
That's what I'm talking about. Choices.
That's right.
I'm really
How
good.
you,
I'm feeling my
Demetrius?
beverage over here. I can't wait to say what it is. So, let's get it.
I know that's right. All right. So hopefully you guys are ready for an all new episode of Sip and Unwine, a true crime podcast. I hope you also have your drinks ready and poured and everything. But if not, remember, just like I did last time, you guys can go ahead and put this on pause and get your drinks together because like all the other episodes, you'll probably need it for this one. It's a doozy. It's about an entanglement that involved Heather Strong, Joshua Fulgham. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Fulgham, Fulgham, and Emilia Carr. That ended in a murder in Marion County, Florida. So before I get started, let's talk about the drinks, ladies. So today I am drinking a Malbec. I'm trying to spice it up a little bit today, trying to do a little classy, you know what I'm saying?
That sounds fancy. Okay.
It's real strong too. I like it. Just like a big, strong man. I like it. And it's dark too. It's a dark wine. It's a, red. So, like I'm dark and strong. How about you guys? What are you guys drinking?
I'm drinking on a little bit of white sangria. It has peaches in it, green apple, lemon, and fresh mint. It's so good.
She is with the fruits. You need to make some drinks. You just need to just make drinks for everybody from now on. That sounds so good.
Exactly.
It really sounds so good. So Martia, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking on one of my new favorite wines, Douglas Hill Sweet Red Wine. Oh, it is so good.
How strong is it?
Several bottles of it. It's strong enough. It's strong enough. I won't talk about the percentage, but it's a little buzz happening right now. Let's just say that.
Okay. Well, yeah. And if anybody knows, if anybody had a Malbec before that, it'll get you buzzed. So I'm on only glass number 1. But I'm halfway down on it. And so I'm feeling a little happy right now. A little,
Okay.
A little up right now. I feel it.
Okay.
I feel it. It's good. So, all right. So let's get into this story of the week. Okay. So this story ends with Heather Strong being kidnapped and murdered and Emilia Carr and Joshua Fulgham in Florida State Prison. So let's start with Heather Strong. She was one of 3 children that Johnny Neal Strong and Carolyn Strong had. She spent her younger years in Sturgis, Mississippi. Carolyn and Johnny later divorced, and Carolyn remarried Larry Spence, who took care of the kids and took on that father role to Carolyn's 3 kids. Heather attended the local high school and met Joshua at age 15. Soon after they began dating, Heather's family started to worry about her. Something wasn't right about Joshua. Now, looking back, they were absolutely right with what they thought about Joshua. I wish they would have went with that feeling, and I wish Heather did as well. So Heather's mom, Carolyn, said that Joshua started to become violent with both of them. They even got into an argument one day, and Joshua threatened to burn down Carolyn's house. But that wasn't enough for Heather. She didn't leave him after that. That wasn't like a deal breaker. Her mother wanted her daughter, Heather, to leave him, but unfortunately, she stayed with him. And time went on, and they eventually moved to Florida together in 2003. Over the course of the relationship, they fought, they separated, and they reunited several times. During one of their breakups, Heather moved in with her and Joshua's friend. His name was Eric. Heather moved in with Eric with an understanding that she'd be Eric's live-in nanny for his 2 kids. But after only a few weeks, Heather and Eric became intimate. After that, the relationship was over, or so we thought, and Joshua then started dating Emilia Carr. So now let's talk about Emilia Carr for a little bit. So Emilia was born in 1984, and in her teen years, she maintained that she had a toxic, abusive, insane home life. She reported abuse by her father to her school, but later rescinded the report. At age 20, Emilia's father was convicted of attempting to solicit the murders of Emilia, her mother, and one of her two sisters. He was only sentenced to 4 years in prison for that, for trying to kill his family. Yeah. So I'm not sure because they have three kids. So he wanted to murder two of them, not the third one. I'm not sure.
Wow.
What that was about, and the mother too. So, but he only served 4 years in prison. Go figure.
Wow.
So Emilia had a lot of relationship roles with men in her short life because she was only in her 20s at this point. She was married twice and had to file a restraining order against one of her ex-husbands for domestic violence. Child, she was a mess herself, though. She spent 2 years in jail for her involvement in one of her ex-husband's grand theft of exotic birds. Like Florida. How do you get into that business? Like, where do you find these exotic birds to steal, to have grand theft? Like you hear grand theft.
You can grand theft animals?
Right.
Grand theft of exotic birds. Exotic birds are very expensive. So I guess over a certain amount of money, what it's worth is grand theft. But I don't know, where do you get into that business from, or how do you find these? But he steals birds from people. Like what? Okay. So while dating Emilia, Joshua found out about Heather and Eric's intimate relationship, and he didn't like it. So while Heather was living with Eric, on several occasions, Joshua threatened Heather and Eric with a gun. At the same time he was threatening Heather and Eric, Emilia was pregnant with her fourth child. So she's already had 3 other kids that she had, but these were from the previous relationships. And this fourth one was by Joshua. So her and Joshua were engaged in November of 2008. So Joshua still had a thing for his ex, Heather. And in December of 2008, he ended up marrying Heather, even though he was engaged to Emilia November. But that next month, he married Heather. So I guess she would stop sleeping with, Eric, and he would have her all to himself. So back to that timeline of the November to December, where he was engaged to one and then married the other the very next month. So before the marriage, the then pregnant Emilia, remember, she was saying that when they were together in November, when they got engaged, he told her to get the fuck out. They were living together. He told her to get out. And then soon after that, that's when she found out that he married Heather. And she was brokenhearted and devastated by that marriage. But she told friends that, that she didn't know how she was going to live without him. And even though he married Heather, Emilia still kept in contact with Joshua after that. So during the course of their relationship, prior to the marriage, Heather and Joshua had 2 kids of their own. And on occasion, Emilia even babysat Heather and Joshua's 2 kids. So she was still hanging. Yeah. Like she was still hanging on. And I guess
bring me the baby.
There's no way I will let anybody watch my kids that they were involved with him. And then they, it's just no.
She said, bring me the baby.
Exactly. she sure did. She was just like, bring me the baby. I will watch the baby. And as long as I can stay around in your orbit, it's fine.
Wow.
A week into Joshua and Heather's marriage in January 2009, Joshua was arrested for threatening Heather with a shotgun, but then the charges were later dropped. While Joshua was in jail for threatening Heather with a shotgun, he and Emilia rekindled their relationship and they got back together. And it wasn't until later that they found out that Emilia threatened Heather with a knife and told her that she better drop the charges. So that's what she did. So it looks like Heather and Joshua are on the outs again, and Emilia came back in to rescue everything, and her and Joshua was back together, even though he just married Heather. So while Heather left Joshua, she even threatened to leave Florida with her 2 kids that she had with Joshua. So with the separation between Joshua and Heather, there was a battle for the kids. And Emilia was so furious that Heather, threatened to take the kids away from Joshua, that she had asked mutual friends to kill Heather for $500. like $500. And no one accepted her $500.
You said $500.
Yeah, like nobody accepted her offer, but she was going around with their friends and asking if anybody would kill Heather for $500.
Sure.
Like, why would somebody risk going to jail forever for $500?
Oh, wow.
Like, I mean, I know times are hard sometimes for people, but $500, there's no way. Okay, so on February 15, 2009, Joshua asked his mother to help him compose a letter to Heather for her to sign that she would give custody of their 2 kids to him. But this was also motivated by Emilia to have her sign it as well. On February 24th, 2009, Heather's cousin Misty called the Marion County Sheriff's Office and reported her cousin missing. Soon after, Joshua and Emilia were brought in for questioning. At that time, both Joshua and Emilia blamed each other for Heather's murder. It was later discovered through investigation that on February 15th, Joshua lured Heather to a mobile home located on the property where Emilia's family lived. This mobile home was used for storage, and Joshua told Heather that Emilia hid money there, and he brought her there so that they can find the money that she hid. Once Joshua and Heather got into the mobile home, then 7 to 8 month pregnant Emilia appeared in the mobile home. So it was all 3 of them in the mobile home together. The couple, Joshua and Emilia, tied Heather up to a chair, but then she was able to escape from that. Joshua got her and they put her back in the chair, and Emilia duct taped her body and her hands to the chair while Joshua was holding her down. There they got Heather to sign the document to give custody of her kids to Joshua that his mother had helped write earlier.
Oh.
So after she signed the document, they put a plastic bag over her head and they used the duct tape to wrap it around her neck to tighten the bag. Emilia tried to break Heather's neck, but it was unsuccessful. Then Joshua covered Heather's nose and mouth with his hands and suffocated her to death. They left Heather there, They left Heather there for 2 days. Then Joshua returned and buried her body in a shallow grave nearby. During the investigation, Joshua led them to Heather's shallow grave after being caught using Heather's credit card. Emilia claims that she was not there during the murder, and she said that she left just before it happened. Like, yeah, right. Joshua's sister, who Emilia was friends with, recorded Emilia. She set her up and she recorded them having a conversation. And in the recording, Emilia is heard saying, "I thought it would be quick and painless. Yeah, she fought him." And then she also said, "Yeah, I helped." All on a recording. Physical and forensic evidence found at the trailer gave investigators enough information to arrest both Emilia and Joshua and charge them with first-degree murder and kidnapping. Emilia and Joshua went to trial for the murder. Emilia was sentenced to death by lethal injection after being found guilty. While awaiting trial, she had the baby, and that baby was later adopted. This is the baby that her and Joshua had. So that baby was adopted out. A year later, Joshua went to trial and he was found guilty, but he was only sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole. So think about that. So both of them did it, but he was found guilty as well and sentenced to life, but he has the possibility of, being out on parole. Emilia was found guilty for the same murder, but she was sentenced to death by lethal injection after being found guilty. Emilia appealed her sentence and highlighted the sentencing disparity between her and Joshua. On May 19, 2017, Emilia was resentenced to life without parole. So now she's just in there and not on death row anymore, but she's going to be in there for the rest of her life, and she doesn't have an opportunity for parole. Emilia is currently in the Lowell Correctional Institute in Marion County, Florida, while Joshua is in a Santa Rosa Correctional Institute in Milton, Florida. And that is the end of that case.
Wow.
So
that was a doozy.
Yeah, so she was one of the youngest people sentenced to death, actually, in the state of Florida. And I'm not sure the age she was at the time of death, but I think it was in her 20s, maybe 30. I don't think she was 30 yet, though. I think she was still in her early 20s. So yeah, she was a young girl. Took the wrong road, I guess. But it looks like she had a lot of issues. And then Joshua was a mess to begin with. And I mean, you do that, and then now your kids are just out there, as you would say, Martia. What about the kids? Right. You know, like seriously, you know, they had 2 kids.
About the kids.
Right. They had 2 kids together. Emilia had 3 other kids that her family is now raising, you know, and the 4th one is adopted out. And, you know, all because of a dude who, I mean, like, why would the thing that just gets me is why would you risk all this for the rest of your life?
Exactly.
You know, like, why would you risk this for the rest of your life? I don't.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that is that case. You guys got anything else to say on it? Or do we want to close the book on this one, Emilia, and let her stay in jail? Because I think she deserves to be there, along with Josh. Hopefully he doesn't get out on parole ever.
I hope not either.
Okay, sippers. So now we're going to segue into a lighter topic. We're going to spill the wine. So for those who don't know, spill the wine is when you submit your questions, any kind of questions, relationship questions, or, you know, comments. We'll take comments as well. To our Gmail account is sipnunwine@gmail.com. And then we will discuss your question on this podcast, and you'll get all of our perspectives. And, you know, hopefully we can help people out there, you know, because that's what we want to do. We want to be helpers. That's what I want to do. I want to be a helper. So, yeah. So send your questions on. So who was in our inbox this week?
It's me. Demetrius? We have one that says, okay, please just help me.
Okay.
Wow. It says, my boyfriend went on a boys' trip, and unbeknownst to him, other female friends and close friends all attended. He would have 100% invited me if he knew that it was a co-ed thing, but I didn't get an invite. I'm obviously very upset because I would love to be there and enjoying the same scenery and having the same fun as them. But there is no reason for me to be upset with him. He made a mistake and apologized for not clarifying beforehand who was invited. I believe that he didn't mean to leave me out, but I still feel like he meant to. But how should I handle this situation? You think he knew?
He knew.
So you on a boys' trip?
He knew. Of course he knew. Well, I mean, I'm saying it was a co-ed though, right?
He told her a boys'
Men are going to discuss that beforehand.
Unbeknownst to him, the same way. Other females and close friends that were females attended too. So you don't think he knew, or you think he knew?
He knew. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're doing a boys' trip, you and your guys are talking. Just not no random girls are just going to show up and be like, "Oh, well, they didn't tell me about it, or we didn't know anything." I think he knew. That's my take. I think he knew, and he didn't want you around for whatever reason. Because you know how some men don't like his woman and the other women to start talking because, you know, they might start sharing notes, you know, and they're like, wait a minute, what are you guys talking about? Because he took somebody else.
But wait,
right.
Exactly. He's sending her photos with him and random girls in the pictures. You think
what?
He's trying to cover his tail. Because he has to tell her that, you know, women are there because just in case if it comes out.
Oh, look
like,
at that.
Remember?
Clever.
Remember?
Oh.
And like you said, if it's a last minute outing, that's one thing. You know, people show up with somebody like, oh man, but this is a trip. Yeah, he knew.
Okay.
He knew they was going to be bringing some other women on that trip.
And one of them left the girlfriend so you could be with the new girl.
She was there.
So should she be upset with him still, or how should she handle that though? Like, does she tell him, "Look, this is over"?
I mean, I don't think it's a deal breaker, but just start watching a little bit harder because I would, yeah. That just seems like it's something. There was a reason why. I'd say that there's a reason why. He
unbeknownst to him, he didn't know.
You know,
I agree.
Other females and co-female friends. Yeah, but my thing is, if you got female friends. Hold up, young lady.
Dudes would know.
Older woman, however. If you know you got co-ed friends that are females that are going on a trip, they're not telling you, hey, girl, we're going on a trip, or why aren't you going?
They did, but he just didn't tell his woman.
But why wouldn't they tell her?
To treat you like you're stupid.
They have
Shady Grady, yeah.
Because they know something that he does not want them to start comparing notes.
They trying to help him hide his dirt. They know his dirt.
You know how when you do stuff, you don't want the two people start talking or people talk, you know, like you try to keep them away from each other because just in case they might start sharing notes.
Okay. I don't promote people breaking up with their partner, right? But if they've only been together for like 6 months, 3 months, or whatever, it's like, man, do you want to keep putting up with shady things like this for years to come if y'all are going to be together for a minute?
Unbeknownst to him, unbeknownst. You knew.
Exactly.
You knew.
He knew. That's the thing.
And look, and then when you throw colorful words like that into the mix, that's when you know somebody lying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He just told her that he didn't know.
Well, that was a clever trip you took, buddy. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let me give her some advice.
That's not a deal. It's not a deal breaker. I would say it wouldn't be a deal because you don't know for sure.
Well, and maybe he could have been blindsided because maybe people don't like the girl.
Keep your eyes open.
And they was like, no, ain't no girls coming. Maybe that could have been. They don't like the girlfriend.
No.
Oh,
so girl, beware.
That is another little spin on the scenario, though. Okay.
Maybe his friends don't like the girl.
He doesn't like the girl.
So they were like, no, ain't no females coming. It could have been something of that. Maybe he didn't know that women would be there because the friends were like, no, ain't no females coming. Because they didn't want his girlfriend to attend. Like, so be mindful of his friends, girl. Do they like you? Do they not like you?
I don't think they think.
I don't know. Some men don't like
I think men think that far ahead.
People, like girlfriends. They're like, oh, here she comes. But she's loud. She's mean. So, maybe they will like leave her off. We'll tell him ain't no women coming. So I don't know. I'm just saying, girl, be mindful. Watch his body language, how he acts around the friends,
whatever
how the friends act around you. I don't know. Somebody didn't want you on that trip.
Yeah.
Exactly. That is the bottom line.
There it is.
Line.
Somebody didn't want you there.
Either it was him or his friends.
It wasn't just one person. It was somebody didn't want you on it. Yeah.
Somebody. You just don't know who that somebody is.
I'm a private investigator, girl. I'll be like,
I don't know. See, as sneaky as I would be thinking, I'd be like, I'd go get in his phone. I'd go look at text messages from beforehand while y'all planning.
But why are you sending me pictures of you having fun?
And that would bug. I would be thinking about that because he's making sure that she knows that other people are there, other women. So that another picture that might come out later that he won't be able to explain. Like you got to already set it up and be like, yeah, remember I already told you that, that they were here. Remember? Here's some pictures. So that when she sees it online, she won't be like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, got a book over there. She done went to chapter 5, page 123. She said, oh no, this is what he doing. Yeah. This is in the book. This is what he doing right here.
You gotta already set it up beforehand so that she can't come to you and not be like,
so like
I told
if it's another girl that's repeated in all photos. So when she sees it, I told you we're co-ed. I didn't know we were going to be co-ed. Unbeknownst to me.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Like what? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the friends, because it could have been the friends.
I'd say just keep an eye on him.
They could have been like, I don't want his
exactly.
girl. But
no, it wouldn't even matter about
the friends. But they still going to plot again.
I mean, if they didn't like you, they don't
still get excluded again.
But that still don't have nothing to do with the. I don't know. I would think. I don't.
Well, honey, the ones that don't like her, that's why she's not going on the trips. Girl, you better question everybody.
That's true, but
no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't approach the friend.
Why you do?
But be mindful of who is around him.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. Girl, keep all those photos and look at everybody.
I don't know what it is.
Exactly.
Between all the stuff that we just shared with you, young lady, it's one of them things. I'm not sure which one.
Me a private investigator.
But something right.
I need her phone and his phone. I need to know.
But your first thing, what you need to do is just look at his phone. Here before you go through all of that. If y'all ain't been together for a year, girl, just go on and leave because you already starting off wasting energy on things that ain't gonna change the past anyway, right? You know, find something in that phone. He already took the trip. Who cares?
Well, no, I would just be planning plotting and looking at their phone just to see the conversation.
But I still think that's wrong, though.
Just so I can prove that you're a liar.
Of him having a good time and she was left behind. Can we talk about that?
She said that.
I'm sorry.
Wait. I'm sorry to laugh at her pain.
It's just
stop
the thought.
I know that is wrong. I'm sorry.
But
And then you
but it's just so crazy, right? Like I'd be sitting at home. Well, I guess the thing about me too, though, I'm not even gonna play them games because guess what? This is, figuratively speaking. You sending me pictures like that?
Like, oh, really?
Okay, let me go put some stories up on my IG or some, Facebook. I'm not
exactly.
I ain't gonna be sitting at home while somebody do me like that. So everybody's different, but you're not gonna. If I cry one tear, you're not gonna catch me crying too. So I'm not gonna be sitting at home.
To go to the club and
soaking over nothing like that.
People and smile and take pictures.
Exactly.
Well, I'll advise her: don't leave. Try to figure it out.
That's
and
funny.
Just move beyond it. Yeah, don't.
Well, don't leave because of this. But if you do find some other stuff. I think, you might want to weigh your options. And like Martia said, how much time you put in on this.
But I would still be a little bit bitter, though.
It's already going this way.
You knew it was going to be women there. Like, I would rub it in at least for like 2 or 3 weeks, though. You left me and you sent pictures?
Yeah. Like something. Well, thank you for sending us the email. Sorry that we couldn't give you a definitive answer on, but we kind of gave you a couple of ideas of what might be going on. I always say, you just snoop, but that's just me. That might not be the best thing to do.
Maybe somebody didn't want you there.
I would say look in his phone. Just look at the conversation. Yeah. And if it's your man, you got a problem for real. All right. Well, thank you again. And anybody else, if you guys have anything that you would like to have us answer or, for us to address on our podcast, again, send us an email at sipnunwine@gmail.com. We're always open. Okay, so now we're going to move into a segment called Take Another Sip, where we discuss something that really caught us off guard, surprised us. Maybe it made us mad or maybe it made us laugh. But either way, it made us want to take another sip. So, ladies, who wants to share something? I think Demetrius has a take another sip.
I do. Thank you very much.
What you got, girl?
All right, here we go. A former Minnesota state trooper named Albert Kahn has pleaded guilty to unlawfully obtaining private photos of a 25-year-old woman during an arrest made last year.
Well, what are those pictures?
So last March, Kahn detained an unnamed woman who was suspected of driving while intoxicated after a crash in Minneapolis. While the woman was being examined by a medical staffer, on the scene, Kahn obtained her cell phone and scrolled through her photos without her permission.
Oh my gosh.
And then the former state trooper texted himself 3 of the photos and deleted it from the victim's phone.
Oh, so she couldn't tell.
Yes. So it wouldn't show up. It was photos of her her breast being exposed. So yeah, although there was no evidence of the text sent from her phone to his, the victim's boyfriend discovered that on the Mac laptop.
Oh, it was connected. So he saw
he saw that the messages were sent from her phone to this state trooper. So he calls the phone, the state trooper answers, and he asks him, "Who are you? How did you get pictures of my girlfriend to your phone?" So that's what started it all. He explained how he obtained them, and the guy said, "I'm reporting you." So now this officer, state trooper, is now being detained. He was arrested and being charged. Yeah, he's arrested and charged.
That is so disgusting.
That's terrible. Exactly.
As much titty and ass that you can get on the internet for free.
But here's the kicker.
Like, really?
Here's the kicker. He would have been charged for 5 years, but now he's out on probation for 3 years.
And that's it.
Yes, he would have served 5 years in prison, but now he gets 3 years on probation.
He's not a state trooper anymore, is he?
No.
I hope not.
Was it a state trooper?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's disgusting.
From Minnesota. Yeah.
That is trashy behavior. Like low-level trashy behavior. That's crazy.
So you sent yourself 3 of her photos where her breasts exposed to your phone. But you were clever enough to delete it off of her phone to say it didn't send. But being that the MacBook synced with her phone, the boyfriend was able to see those text messages being sent to his phone.
That is so crazy and disgusting, and it's just like just like I said, like you can get it on the internet for free.
Exactly,
a whole lot of them,
right?
Different shapes, sizes, colors, all that. Like, really, you really risk your job for this and jail?
And then I do believe he's married
for some random.
Oh wow, like, that makes it even worse.
You just jeopardize everything. So now, like. And the way he did it sounds like he's been doing it. Like, this ain't the first time. Like, how did you get so clever to go, oh, let me delete this out of her phone?
Yeah,
exactly. And I guess what surprises me, I don't know what the appropriate time frame for jail on that would be, right? But it does surprise me that they have like this whole set up to 5 years. Like, I wonder how they determine that would be the amount of years that you could possibly serve for a crime such as that. I mean,
the thing is, like, why I wouldn't even want it on my phone though. Like, I wouldn't even have it sent to my phone because it, unless I had a burner phone or something, or like, I'd be so stupid. That's just stupid.
He really needs to serve his whole 5 years. That's like violation. Like you violated that woman, and then only that is that you went through something private of hers to send to your phone in private.
Stupid.
Crazy. Yeah, that's a take another sip moment, because let me tell you, let me find out that one. What she need to do is personally sue him though. I don't know, should she sue the state and him? I don't know. Like, how do you
Yeah, I don't know how you handle that.
5 years, but because you cooperated,
it could at least be a civil lawsuit. Probably even a civil lawsuit or something like that.
All right. Well, thank you for that. Take another sip, Demetrius. That was I don't even know how to explain it. It's just disgusting.
That is disgusting.
Exactly. It's disgusting.
It makes you wonder though how many officers can do that to you because you get pulled over.
Right. Glad he got caught.
Yeah.
He probably's done this many times before too.
Dang go MacBook. Let me get me a MacBook.
Oof. That's not like all my stuff connected. Nope. I mean, I have Apple stuff. I have all that.
I don't know, but that kind of helped the boyfriend see it, and he got charged.
It did. But what if, not for this case, but I'm saying, what about for some other stuff?
Oh, okay. Well, you're right.
Like if you were doing something, he got all your messages.
Oh, yeah.
And your pictures. And see, that's why.
Exactly. I didn't even think about that part.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yep. So, nope. No, thank you. I don't have mine connected like that. It's just on one device. Not that I'm doing anything. I'm just saying, let me put that out. I'm not doing nothing. But I don't like all that.
For privacy.
But it's your stuff, your business. Like, regardless of what you're doing, it's still your business, you know? So, that's a good point.
Well, I'm glad he got found out, because it sounded like he's been a repeated offender to me.
Right.
It's how you just knew to delete her phone.
Right. Yeah. Because he's been doing it for a while, I'm sure.
Oh, creepy.
All right. Well, thank you for that one, Demetrius.
You're welcome.
This was a good episode. This is the end of the road for today, you guys. You guys have anything else?
I have nothing else.
It sounds like doing that, you and that's the end. But not for long. We'll be back next Tuesday. Yay! We'll be next.
I've enjoyed my time with you, ladies.
Yes. Well, thank you guys. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and sippers out there, you guys, send us emails if you want. We'll answer your questions, or even it doesn't even have to be part of the Spill the Wine. It could just be, to say hey to us. I'll take that as well. And, follow us on all of our social media platforms. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We're all under Sip and Unwine. Sip and Unwine. And then also you can find us on the web at www.sipandunwine.com. So until next time, I guess I will talk to you ladies later. All right.
Bye.
Bye, sippers.
Bye.
Oh, Demetrius, you sound all cute. Bye. That sounds so cute.